viewers, welcome back to our channel Applied Economics Talks of University of Lucknow. Today I Tanya with my co-members Anupal, Harshita, Amrita and Bhumi are here to give a brief idea of Panchayati Raj system of India. So begin with the introduction.
As we all know, India is the largest country and having the largest population with the largest democracy in the world. जैसे कि पता है और इंडिया प्रैक्टिस करता है डुअल गवर्नमेंट सिस्टम को। इसमें क्या होता है कि एक सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट और एक स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, मतलब फेडरलिज्म टाइप ऑफ गवर्नमेंट है हमारी। इसमें दोनों ही गवर्नमेंट के अलग अलग सब्जेक्ट्स हैं जिसके रिगार्डिंग वो रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस बनाते हैं। अब क्या होता है, ऐसे में कई सारे जो लोकल इश्यूज होते हैं वो गवर्नमेंट तक कभी पहुंच ही नहीं पाते। इनको सॉल्व करने के लिए गवर्नमेंट ने एक नया फॉर्म ऑफ, मतलब नया नहीं, एक लोकल फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट निकाला। इसके अंडर में क्या होता है कि जो भी लोकल पब्लिक की ड्रेनेज सिस्टम, वाटर सप्लाई की और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की जो प्रॉब्लम्स होती है उनको हम सॉल्व करते हैं, मतलब लोकल लोग ही सॉल्व करते हैं। इसका मेन मोटिव है पॉलिटिकल डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ऑफ द पावर, मतलब जो पावर सेंट्रल के पास है उसको डिसेंट्रलाइज करना है स्टेट के पास और उसके बाद लोकल गवर्नमेंट से। इसमें दो टाइप्स होते हैं, पंचायती राज जो कि 73rd अमेंडमेंट एक्ट में अंदर आता है और म्यूनसिपैलिटीज जो कि आती हैं 74 अमेंडमेंट एक्ट में। पंचायत जो है वो बेसिकली रूरल एरियाज के लिए होती हैं और म्यूनसिपैलिटीज डेवलप्ड या फिर अर्बन एरियाज के लिए हैं। इसमें जो म्यूनसिपैलिटीज या पंचायती राज जो पंचायत होती हैं वो बेसिकली फोकस करती हैं बिजली, पानी, रोड, सैनिटेशन, इन सारी प्रॉब्लम्स को। और दूसरी क्या, सेंट्रल और स्टेट जो स्कीम्स बनाती है, जो पॉलिसीज बनाती है, उसको कैसे जनरल पब्लिक तक या लोकल ग्रास रूट लेवल पे इम्प्लीमेंट करना है या लोगों तक पहुंचाना है। हिस्ट्री जो है इसका, हिस्टोरिकल बैकग्राउंड, तो वैदिक टाइम में हम समितिज हुआ करती थी जो एज अ पंचायत वर्क करती थी। बौद्ध पीरियड में भी ऐसी समितिज हैं। उसके बाद हमने मॉडर्न पीरियड से भी देखा कि ऐसी समितिज या पंचायत थी। फिर उसके बाद जब हम मुगल्स में आते हैं या फिर जब अरब इन्वेजन वगैरह में हुआ, मतलब फॉरेनर्स जब आए, तो काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें हैं जो खराब हुई। उसके बाद में उसके बाद जो इसका लिटरेरी सोर्स मिलता है वो हमें मिलता है ब्रिटिश एरा में या कॉलोनियल पीरियड में। तब लॉर्ड रिपन ने 1882 में नया एक सिस्टम लाया, उन्होंने इंट्रोड्यूस किया पंचायती राज को फिर से इंडिया में। उसके बाद 1919 एंड 1935 गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट कंटिन्यू किया, उसमें भी विलेज पंचायत को इन्होंने इंक्लूड किया। उसके बाद में जब साथ में जो मूवमेंट्स हो रहे थे, जो इंडिपेंडेंस से मूवमेंट हो रहे थे, गांधी जी ने उसमें भी ग्राम स्वराज की बात की थी। ग्राम स्वराज एक बेसिकली का आइडिया था जहाँ पे जो लोकल लोग थे वो सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट बना के अपने खुद के इश्यूज को सॉल्व करेंगे। उन्होंने वो यही चीज़ बोली थी कि अगर हम डेमोक्रेसी को स्ट्रॉन्ग करना चाहते हैं तो पहले हमें डिसेंट्रलाइज करनी पड़ेगी जो पॉलिटिकल पावर है उसे। फिर हमने जब अपना कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन फ्रेम किया तो पार्ट 4 डीपीएसपी के अंडर में हमने पंचायती राज को इंक्लूड किया। फिर 1992 में हमने एक अमेंडमेंट करके इसे फुल फ्लेज एक एक्ट बनाया। नाउ मूविंग ओवर टू द स्ट्रक्चर।
The three-tier structure of Panchayati Raj was suggested by Balwant Rai Mehta Committee in 1957. Initially, 64th Amendment, Constitutional Amendment Bill was introduced in Lok Sabha in July 1989 to modify Panchayati Raj, but it was not approved by Rajya Sabha. Eventually, in September 1991, Constitutional Bill related to Panchayati Raj introduced in Lok Sabha. The bill finally emerged as 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1992 and came into force on 24 April 1993. It envisages Gram Sabha as foundation of Panchayati Raj system. The Act added Part 9 to Constitution, the Panchayat, and also added 11 schedules which consist 29 functional area. The structure of Panchayati Raj consists 3 levels: at district level, Jila Parishad; at block level, Panchayat Samiti; at village level, Gram Panchayat. Before discussing Gram Panchayat, we should know about Gram Sabha. Gram Sabha is general assembly of all people of village who have attained 18 years and their name is registered in voter list. Gram Sabha works as general body of Gram Panchayat. The members of Gram Panchayat are elected by Gram Sabha for 5 years. The president of Gram Panchayat is known as Gram Pradhan. There is reservation for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and women. The state government appoints village development officer to oversee Panchayat activities. Panchayat Samiti is middle tier of Panchayati Raj system. It acts as link between village council and district level. It is responsible for implementing rural development scheme at block level. At block level, BDC Block Development Council member is elected by Gram Sabha in general election to oversee the development of Panchayat. BDC member elect Block Pramukh, who is head of Block Panchayat. Block Development Council. The tenure is for 5 years. The state government appoints block development officer to oversee development at block level. The state having population less than 20 lakh may not constitute middle level of Panchayat Raj. Jilla Parishad. Jilla Parishad is a top tier of Panchayati Raj system and functions at district level in all states. It acts as link between state and Panchayati Raj. The Jilla Parishad is headed by chairman or Adhyaksh, who is elected by election. Elected member of different ward. The term of office is 5 years. The member of state legislature and member of parliament are member of Jilla Parishad. Election is conducted by State Election Commission, district magistrate, and or district collector heads administrative machinery of Jilla Parishad.
Let us now understand about two main committees of Panchayati Raj system in India's history, which plays a pivotal role in shaping the structure of local governance in India. So, the two main committees includes first Balwant Rai Mehta Committee, which it established in 1957 under the chairmanship of Balwant Rai Mehta, who was a politician and a social worker. The main aim of this committee was tasked to examine the working of community development program and national extension service, uh, also to measure the strength of the local self government in India. Now, this committee has recommended the establishment of three-tier Panchayati Raj system, which includes first Gram Panchayat at village level, second Panchayat Samiti at block level, third Jilla Parishad at district level. Now, these three-tier were assigned specific functions and power, which are aligned to address the local self-governance and address the local issues effectively. These committees proposed regular election to these body to ensure democratic representation. The impact of this committee includes laid down the foundation of the Panchayat Raj system in India, which leads to the enactment of Panchayati Raj Act 1992, which mandated the establishment of Panchayati Raj institution across states. Now, moving over to the Ashok Mehta Committee, which was established in 1977 under the chairmanship of Ashok Mehta, who was a prominent social activist and politician. The main aim of this committee was to review the functioning of Panchayati Raj institutions and suggest measures for their revitalization. The recommendation of this committee includes strengthening Panchayat, devolution of powers, participatory planning, and reservation for marginalized groups like scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and women. Now, overall, we can see the impact of Ashok Mehta Committee is not much significant as of the Balwant Rai Mehta Committee. But, however, it contributed to the ongoing discourse on decentralization and strengthening of local governance in India. Now, we can conclude that these both committees played crucial role in advocating for decentralized governance and promoting grassroots democracy in India, which albeit with the varying degrees for implementation of this Panchayati Raj system. Now, moving over to the next.
Role and functions of Panchayati Raj institution. Decentralization of power. Panchayati Raj institution are designed to decentralize the power from central and state government to the local authority, to the local level. Thus, it establishes Gram Swaraj or local governance, self-governance. Grassroots democracy. It promotes grassroots democracy by giving villagers a direct say in the decision-making process through the election of their own representatives. It leads to more inclusive and equitable governance and greater accountability of local leaders to their constituent. Thus, better implementation of government policies. Rural development. These institutions plays a key role in the promotion of rural development by working to improve on basic services such as education, health, and sanitation, as well as infrastructure development, roads like construction of roads, water supply, irrigation, etc. Participatory democracy, participation of local communities in the planning and implementation of development programs and effective development. Thus, this leads to more sustainable and effective development. Thus, there is a bottom-up approach, that is, the decision-making process is going to take place from bottom to the top means the problems are communicated to the top level and policies are made on the basis of ground realities. Thus, there is a maximum participation of beneficiaries through the Gram Sabha. Gender empowerment. To promote gender equality and women empowerment by ensuring the participation of women in the government and addressing gender specific issues such as discriminatory practices against the women, such as violences and property rights, educational opportunities, etc. Now let's move on to the challenges.
Moving over to the conclusion, the Panchayati Raj system is a double-edged sword. And when I put that way, it means that it brings democracy power to the ruler people and it gives them chance to participate, the women and the marginalized sector. However, the challenges remain. That is, there is inequality in representation. Often the political figures interfere in decision making. So the government should address these challenges like financial dependency, where they are dependent highly on grants from state government to do any action, which result in delays. Thus, if government can address these challenges and invest more in human power, then they can unlock the huge potential reside behind the Panchayati Raj system. This concludes our topic. However, there is the interesting fact which one should must know that 24th April is celebrated as National Panchayat Day, and firstly it was introduced in Rajasthan. There are 3 states in which there is no Panchayati Raj system, and there is 1 union territory which also doesn't have Panchayati Raj system. The 3 states are Mizoram, Meghalaya, and Nagaland. And 1 union territory, you can comment it down below. If you like our content, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.